man, so another green day for the crypto market, and FANTOM is now up over 60% in just 20 days. Absolutely crazy. We've got Bitcoin sitting at 47,000, trying to break the 47,000 mark, just slightly under it right now. We've got FANTOM fighting for the key level at $1.65, and in this video, I'm going to share with you all the key levels in both the Bitcoin and the FANTOM charts, and I'm going to share with you where I think FANTOM can get to at the next milestone. So make sure you hit up the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. These videos are brought to you by myself. We have our very own Force member lives as requested by you guys in the Discord, right? You guys were asking me to do live streams where you guys can ask me questions. I can critique your portfolio. I can look at the different coins you want to look at. We can do TA. You can ask me questions around TA and a whole bunch more. So if you want to become a member of our live streams, click the link below in the description. It's going to take you to ijaz.uk/member and you can get yourself set up. But here in the Bitcoin chart, we've got the perfect retest. And this is something we've been talking about for a while now, is that once we broke through this top of the wedge here at 44.5, and guys, if you haven't seen or you're new to this channel, just jump back a couple of weeks and you will see exactly how perfect we've got this. We monitored this pattern for a very long time. We knew we were going to get rejected. Now remember, my thesis for that, because I love to blend the technicals with the fundamentals, is that we're very likely to get rejected before the 16th of March, because the 16th of March, which was about here where my cursor is when we got the Fed decision to increase interest rates. So I knew that before the 16th, the market was not going to rally. We know Bitcoin is correlated to the stock market right now, and the stock market didn't want to rally until we had clarity on where we were heading. So you could see we were getting multiple false starts, and we continued to get rejected by 44.5. But after 16th of March, you could see things were very different. You could see this rally here was very different to the high leverage liquidation moves here. Steep moves to the upside, steep moves to the downside. These are just traders manipulating the market. But here, this is very different. This is a very different switch to a risk-on mindset post the first interest rate hike, and the market is feeling a little bit different right now. So when we got the break through 44.5, at that point, it was very obvious, and we discussed it in our member live streams, that we were going to get the retest of the 44.5. That is what I was looking for. That's the perfectly healthy pullback here on Bitcoin. Now, I also mentioned to the course members that if we fell into the wedge here below 44.5, that would mean we flip bearish, right? We'd have to reconsider our position here, because you don't want to come back into the wedge. Okay, so you start becoming neutral in here and then potentially bearish if you fall to the bottom of the pattern. But right now, what we're doing here on Bitcoin is perfect. Okay, what we're doing is just a perfect retest. There is actually no issues with this. In fact, if you guys know me and my pragmatic approach, this move here to come and retest this 44.5 is far more healthy than just running straight through all our levels, through 48, through 49, through 50. This is healthy because it means we're turning the resistance at this white line at 44.5 into support. We bounced off of it this time. That's very important, and it shows good strength. But the job isn't done for now. And the next level I'm looking for here on Bitcoin is this blue ray drawn here at 48,200. This is this is where things started to cool down on our break, right? So when we broke, this is where we started consolidating. Okay, so this now becomes the level where we have to break past. We have to break past, we may need to retest, and then we can build to higher levels. That is what I'm looking out for now on the short term on Bitcoin, and then we can start to head to our more exciting levels. So if I switch across to the daily chart, once we can clear that level, then we can start worrying about the psychological level at 50,000. We know that's an important pivot point from here, so we can work through 50,000, and then we can look at this very important box. And we're going to speak a lot about this box, because this dates back, if you guys haven't been in the market for very long, this is something that dates back all the way to 2021, and I'll continue to explain the importance of this as and when we get closer to this box. Okay, so this box is sitting between 56,000, 57,000, call it, and about 61,000. Very important level for us to monitor, but we've got some work to do now. We need to get through 48,200, work our way to 50, and then we can talk about the next levels from there. But one thing I did want to share with you is the following. If I head across to the weekly chart, you guys will know, if you've been watching my videos for months, if any of you were here in the early days, you will see we were monitoring this huge wedge pattern, the big violet pattern, this purple pattern I'm following here. Now, when we were in this pattern, you saw that I said we were going to break out to the upside. And in fact, we set our price target as a crazy price target at 85,000. And we were well on our way to achieving that. We went to 69,000. We were halfway there to achieving our target. This was a very nice long-term macroeconomic trade. right? But we then obviously had the Bitcoin correction, which we've had recently with stock markets correcting, with risk going off for a very long time. And that is why we saw this retracement come down. But what did I say? I said that this retracement could simply be a retest of the top of the wedge. Yeah, that's very normal when you have a technical pattern, just like we spoke about in the previous one. You break out, you come get a retest. And that is what it looks like we're getting. Now, you can only confirm that very long time after many, many months if we can go and get beyond 69,000 on this next run. If we can create the higher high above 69,000, this would have been a beautiful pattern that we've identified and monitored here on the weekly chart as a long-term progress for Bitcoin, if it could do that. Right? So really exciting. It was really important that we managed to hold that. We kind of had a little bit of a fake down in this weekly candle below the purple wedge, but then we've bounced back and now we're creating higher highs. We just need to work our way and have a nice long run past 69,000. That would be really exciting because then you have your lower low, you have your higher high, you create your higher low, create your higher high. Sorry, I meant higher low here. Okay. So this would end up being a nice long-term trend to the upside. So definitely something we wanted to monitor here on Bitcoin. Now, what about FANTOM? Well, FANTOM is really outperforming the market right now. And if I head across to the daily chart, you will see FANTOM has had 3 really good green candles. In fact, the first one, the bears came and kind of took away some of our gains in that day, but the second 2 were really strong green candles, and we've gone from looking like we were going to fall out of this bearish continuation pattern. You can see here we look like we were going to fall out, but we've managed to get ourselves back in, and that has been a really strong move. We're now sitting at 165, and to put that into context, guys, we take our move from where we're at the bottom here from at 103. Okay, for you, those of you who are watching me, you guys know I was picking up some more FANTOM here at 103. You can now see if we take that to where we're at currently now at about 165, we are 60% up on FANTOM in about 20 days. That is crazy. This is why you need to have conviction. This is why if you do have conviction, you'll be able to do what I was doing, which was buy the dip at 103 at the very bottom when everybody else was panicking, okay? So again, if you like my perspectives, consider joining the member live call streams, because that is where we talk about these things. That is where I talk about what I'm doing in the market. If I'm buying, I let you guys know, and I let you know my psychology and what I'm thinking about the market, okay? So now we're back into this channel, which is really good. We've not fallen out the bottom. We're back in this channel, and this is good. The next key level for us is the level we're getting rejected at right now. And there's no coincidence we're seeing 2 red 4-hourly candles right now. Is there any coincidence? No. Right on the line which we've got drawn at 165 is a key resistance level. So we're going to get some selling pressure here. In fact, you'll get some people taking profit. You'll have sell walls here. And I perfectly expect us to come down before going and working our way through that level. But as long as we can break through 165 and hold above 165, this is going to look good for FANTOM. And then the next key levels for us here on FANTOM, let me just get rid of this Fibonacci. Well, actually, we'll use the Fibonacci because you can see from swing low to swing high, which is where we measured the move from the bottom all the way to the top. Our Fibonacci golden pocket is between 186 and 193. And this is something I mentioned about a week ago, that we need to get back into this because that would be our golden ratio retracement. So we've got this area here to worry about between 186 and 193, which, by the way, coincides with the horizontal support resistance line we have at 194. Okay, so we know we're going to get, if we can break through the 165, we can start working towards 179. Then you've got the level at 194. After 194, then it's $2 and 208. Okay, longer term, we want to work towards 237 and 246. These are the key levels on FANTOM, and we've just got to systematically work our way through and break through each of these levels. If we can do that, then quickly we'll start to embark on our all-time highs and start looking for new levels beyond $3.46. Okay, so looking really good from here from FANTOM. But most importantly is if we look at the FANTOM versus Bitcoin chart, this is where you're going to get your clues. Look at this pattern right now. Now, I want to share this critical pattern with you in conjunction with one other thing. So this is FANTOM versus Bitcoin. You can see we've been on a long-term downtrend, right? This wide downtrend. But what have we got 4 or 5 days ago? We got the break of trend. This is a very nice break of trend. We just need to work our way beyond the pivot high at about here, which is 4652 Satoshis at this point here. We need to get to that point, and then we can start working ourselves higher. But this shows a clear break in trend with huge volume coming in on FANTOM versus BTC. And it's no coincidence. Let's look at the Bitcoin dominance. And if you look at the Bitcoin dominance, huge red candles chucking it to the downside. We were sitting here at about 43%, and within a couple of days, we're now sitting at 41. You can see our key line here where we bounced from 3 times on the dominance is 39.65. And if we start working our way towards here, that's going to mean really big green days for altcoins. In fact, we're already starting to see clues of that today, right? If we look at the altcoin action today, if I just move myself there, the altcoin action here on the right-hand side, Bitcoin's only up 1%, right? Bitcoin's up 1%, but you've got something like Cosmos Atom up 4%. You've got Phantom, which we wanted up 3%, which is kind of a weaker day considering what we've had the last 2 days here on Phantom. Huge moves. Solana up another 6%, now sitting at 142. Money is starting to flow back, particularly into the layer 1 solutions, which we've been talking about, guys. This is the premonition I made at the end of 2021. I made it very clear to you guys. That is where my focus is. I'm not focused on meme coins. I'm not focused on, other riskier plays. Layer 1s are where the battle's going to be, and I want to make sure I'm positioned in the layer 1s that I think are going to have a chance to battle for success, because it's not clear who the winner's going to be. So we need to spread our investments across a few solid layer 1 solutions. So Solana up 6%. You've got Algorand even up 3% today. You've got ApeCoin moving up 5%. Okay, Cadena proof of work moving up 13%. Luna up 7%. Avalanche up 6.25%. So the market is really starting to respond and it's starting to move. You've got Polkadot up 6% today after struggling for quite a while. We're starting to see some of the more solid projects start to move, which is really interesting. But more interestingly is we continue to monitor this Bitcoin dominance chart because it's showing us that the market is getting greedy, right? It's getting greedy and it's getting confident, because when money flows into alts, that means people are getting a bit confident. Now, we need to make sure, and this is something I talk about deeply with the course member live streams, we don't turn that confidence for complacency. We don't want to become complacent now. We don't want to chase green candles. We don't want to chase pumps. We should have done a lot of our buying when things were really nasty, when things were really red, when nobody wanted to touch stuff. Hopefully, we built out our positions. If you haven't, you don't want to be chasing these right now. This is where liquidations happen. In just this little retracement back from 48,000 to 44,500 on Bitcoin, we saw $250 million day liquidations on Bitcoin. $250 million. There's loads of people placing high leverage trades right now. You're seeing the YouTubers coming out with the links in the description to these high leverage trades. We need to be careful. We need to stay away from this. We need to continue to be pragmatic. We need to let our portfolios run. We need to let the work that we did in the crypto winter here start to pay off. If you've only just got into the market, you need to wait for pullbacks. You've just had one. There's always pullbacks. You've just had one to 44.5. The question is, did you have the conviction to nibble a little bit, right? Now we're running in green again. Hold back, hold fire, wait for the next pullback, let it come to you. Do not, for example, on Phantom, be buying now at 163. Why? 20 days ago it was at 103 and nobody was buying. Everybody was fearful. Should I sell? Should I sell? This project is horrible. I see it in the comments, right? Suddenly now it's at 163. Oh my God, is it too late to get in Phantom? Guys, be a bit pragmatic. Manage your investments, be patient, and monitor this market. That's the key. We're at 52 fear in greed now. That's just neutral. Can you imagine when the FOMO comes in? Like this is not FOMO territory. For those who know, who have been in a few cycles before, you know when this starts to get into 60s and 70s and the 80s up here, fear and greed is real, right? The greed will come into the market. Everybody will be talking about crypto. The only thing you're going to hear is Bitcoin to 100K, 200K, 300K, these kind of figures, Phantom to $10, $20. But that doesn't help us make our trades. We need to do things a pragmatic way. We need to do it the sustainable way. We need to build our conviction, wait for the pullbacks, make our entries, balance our portfolios. That's the key. Okay, really important that we do that. There you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed this blend between technicals and fundamentals. A critical level for Phantom right now at 165. That is why we're getting a little bit of redness, a little bit of softening, but we need to show some strength. We need to come back, consolidate, break through 165, and then we can worry about the next levels for Phantom closer towards $2. There you go, guys. If you appreciate this blend between technicals and fundamentals, make sure you smash up the like and subscribe. What I'm going to do now is at the end of this video, I'm going to link up a video to Phantom Tokenomics. It is my new tokenomics video. It's not the older one. Go watch that and make sure you watch that, because in that video, not only do I show all the strengths around Phantoms and why I love the tokenomics, but I also mention one thing which is a bit of a hidden truth that a lot of people are avoiding / not talking about. And it is a concern of mine, and I do bring it up, and I give up a few solutions around how it can be solved as well. So go watch that video. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you like my perspectives, consider joining our course member lives for $30 a month. You'll get access to at least 3 course member live streams a week where you can ask me questions. We can critique your portfolio. We can talk about macroeconomics. I can teach you some TA and a whole bunch more stuff. So consider checking out ijaz.uk/member. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.